I already said this one. That is, there will be two sessions on word processors. One is basic and another will be the advanced. So here I will give you the only the basic idea. That means if no student is not familiar with the MS Office, then how he will use it from the starting from the basics. That is how to create a document and all this. I'll start it from the basics, and after going through this presentation, a person who is learning MS Office for the first time, he will be able to at least make a document and for presentation. That is how to write it, how to finally get the printing of that one. Everything I will cover it. How to set the margins and all those things. So first, actually, what is word processor? When I say normally we are more familiar with either MS Office or Google Docs. These two things we are familiar with, but these both are called under the word processor. So what is actually word processor? So word processor is an application software program used for composing, editing, formatting, and printing documents with some added functionality. Right? That means what the work before the MS Office is there or before this computer was there, everything is done in the typewriter. So that things we are converting it to the in the we are making it easy, simple it, so anybody can do it using the with the help of the computer. So all the works what the typewriter is doing it, everything we can do it with a word processor. Along with this, some extra features we can do it. So advantage of this one is that it is very easy to modify it. If you make some mistakes, you can easily correct it, and at a few you can keep it, and the correction can be done with in the future time also. But that facility is not there when you are doing something with your typewriters, right? So that's why it is saying this is composing, editing, formatting, and finally we can get a printout of the document with some added some extra features are also inbuilt with this one according to the different types of word processors. So uses, it is uses in different environment. That is one in business and environment. Now it is in all business uh, activities. We are using word processors at home. That is all of you are those who are having computer with you, or you are using the mobile phone. You are using this type of any one of type of the word processors, right? Word processor is not only the MS Word or like this, or the Notepad, all these things, or WordPad, all these are all word processor where you can type it, we can edit it, and finally we can take the printout of this. Any software which is doing it, that is called the word processor. And remember it, this word processor is an application software. In the yesterday, that is the first class, that is first topic where I am saying this one, the difference between a system software and application software. This word processor is also an application software. In educational institutes, just like you, so everywhere you are using it. Then in office also, so everywhere we are using the word processor. So there are different types of word processor. So here I am showing it three different types of word processor. One is your MS Word, then Google Docs, then your Writer. So MS Word normally it is a part of an MS Office suite. That is, in MS Office, there are three different types of processing is there. One is that MS Word, then Excel, then your PowerPoint presentation. So MS Word is one part of the MS Office. So there are a lot of versions are there 2003, 7, 10, 2013, 2016, 2019. A lot of versions are there. So there is no need to worry about this. If you know any one of the version properly, then you can easily use the other version, because in the higher version, only the modifications are there. Whatever it is present in the lower version, that is there. And along with them, some extra features are incorporated so that it is making more user friendly. Okay. Now, those who are using Android phone, you might be using the Google Docs. That is, whenever you have to type something there. So, and this is freely available. You can easily download it and you can use it. That is the Google Doc Office. And another one is there, that is which is free. We can easily get it because MS Word, there is one thing is that we have to pay for it. We have to purchase it. So one is that is a writer, right? It is LibreOffice Suite, and it is free and it is open access. Okay, so that also, anybody those who are interested, you can also go for that is LibreOffice one. Okay. Okay. So now, uh, as directly I am going to the when you open a Word, MS Office Word, then how you are going to open it. So those who are having Windows 2007 or lower than that, they have to go to the start button and to the program, right? And there you will find the MS Office, and from that MS Office you can get the Word, MS Word. And those who are using a Windows 10 and higher version, you can go to this one, that is this window version, that you go to it and you can search it in the Word 2000. I have the version of 2013, so I am using this Word 2013. Okay, so this is how we can go for the we can look for the MS Office. But thing is that we have to install the software before. If the software is not there, we cannot run it. So that application software is not coming along with their operating system. So you have to purchase it separately. So if you have it in your computer, so you can directly go to it. Again, I'm showing it. That is, you go to this one, okay, and then you start it here. So here you will find it. Word 13, you will find it here. Okay, we'll find the word. Or you directly type it here, Word 13. Just now I have shown it. So uh, you will get this one, Word 13. Then you click it. Then the Windows will be open. Okay. So this is how to open the Windows. Now when you open the Windows, okay, so this it will look like this. Whatever you have seen it in the screen, it will look this one. Now I'll first explain. There are a lot of buttons, lot of columns and rows. All these things are there. Just if you know the name of this, all these things, rows, button, whatever it is saying it, and if you look for the higher version, they're the same thing. You will easily can use the higher version also. Okay. So here, first thing is the file tab. Uh, So I'll use both side by side, that is your software as well as the PPT. Uh, okay. So this, so this is, if you look at this. So here, if you see the uh, this blue color, this one, this is called your file tab. Okay. So this why I'm explaining this thing, because when I'm going to explain it your word, then I'll directly say it by name. Okay, this is called file tab. This is this one. Then second one, that is, this is, it is called your tab. There are different tabs: home, insert, design, page layout, like this. There are different tabs are there. So this are called known as the tab. Now this is for the quick access, quickly to save it or to do or redo all these things. If you want to do it, so there are some icons are put it at the top, and this particular menu is known as quick access toolbar. Okay, and the title bar is there. That is, when you are going to write something, when you are making a document, then we have to save it so that in later work, when you want to find that particular document by the particular name, we can easily find out. So by what name you are saving it, that will be displayed it here. That is which I am showing it by serial number 4, and that is called your title bar. Okay. Then minimize window, that means this portion is used to minimize or um, expand it or reduce the size, all these things. For this purpose, this is used there. Now here, along with this, there is one help button is also there. So if you have any problem, just click that help button, all the solutions you will get it from that help button. Now, then minimum ribbon is there. So all these tabs, what is buttons, everything, whatever it is given there, which is shown by this green one, that is known as the ribbon. So there is different types of formatting, and for setting your Word document, these are used. Okay, these are known as the ribbon documents. Okay, ribbon it is. Then under every tabs, there are a lot of groups are there. Okay, every tabs there are groups will be there. So these are called as groups. Okay, these are known as the groups. So every tabs you can again subdivide it into different functions, and they are known as the groups. Now, if that is the command, that is, if you see what actually you are going to do it, these symbols will do it. So these are all commands. That is directly if I click it, accordingly that word will be, that is your document will be modified. That's why they are saying it's a command. And there are two rulers are there. That is the horizontal ruler and the vertical ruler are there. So that will give you an idea about the margin of your document. So in a particular page, up to which portion there will be printing will be there, which portion there will not be print out will be there. So in the locations where you have to write your documents, which should not exceed a particular margin level, that will be identified by this rulers. Okay. Now this portion is the where we are going to write the document. That means whatever you are going to type it, or you have to going to put some pictures, some tables, whatever you are doing it, we are going to do it in this new document. Okay. Now next comes the vertical scroll bar. So here this is the vertical scroll bar. By moving up and down, we can go from one page to the another page locations, from one location to the another location. At the bottom, we are having, this is called the status bar. So there it will give you the status at which page you are doing, you are there. Okay. Right, at which page number we are there, what is the number of, in which number of words, what is the zoom of this, either in which mode you are looking at, either in the full screen mode or in the printable mode. So that everything it will be specified by this status bar. So these are the some of the things when you just open the windows, we will see this one. Okay. Now, what you are going to learn here, that is creating and saving new documents, editing document, moving and copying text, formatting characters and paragraphs, creating and managing tables, inserting images in a document, controlling page layout, and booking tools. Right, these are some of the things that you are going to learn it, and that is I'm going to explain it here. And remember it, that is this Word, MS Office is there are a lot of functions are there, and it is not possible to explain all the functions in a 1 hour or 1.5 hours. And it all depends upon your practice. And number of way you are practicing it, more and more thing you will learn it. Okay? So first, how to create a document. So this is the steps which is showing this one. Create new documents. Okay. So that is I will show it practically how you are going to do it this one. So here if you see, when you open the windows, it will look like this one. Okay. It will look like this. That is, this is the windows which is coming in. We will see it here. So this is the windows which is there. We will see this. And how to open a document, just now what I have shown it here, that is this one. So this is, we can go to the file and new, then this blank document. So once I click in the blank document, then a new window will be open. This is how we are getting it. Okay. Now how to save it? So you open it. Suppose I might save as So where you are going to save it, that locations will be there. Suppose I am going to save in the desktop. So browse. So I will go to the desktop. So I will suppose save in the test. Okay. So I will give a name. This one is suppose sample. Okay. So it is saved. Right. Again, I am saying it. You just click in the file, save as, then go to the locations and give a name and save it. Okay. So this is how we are going to save the document. Now you can directly open it from the document. So suppose I have closed it. I have closed this one. Now you see in the test, you go there. It's not saved. I'll go with. Suppose this one save, file open, save as, browse, you go to the desktop, paste. Suppose I'll save it as sample. Okay. So this is it. Right? I've saved it. That is what I'm saying. This is the title bar. Your name will appear here. So if you see it here, the sample Microsoft Word in the title bar, it is there. Okay. So that is what I am showing it in the first slide. That is create new document, save new document. Okay. Now, how to open it? Suppose you have closed it, this one. Now you are going to open a particular document. So this is also the same way I can go there. So you go to the file, and you go to open, and you go to the particular location and click it, which file you want to use. So here, if you recent document, a lot of files are there. Suppose in the sample is, so there are two files are there. Either you make which one you want to open it, you can directly open this one. So this is how we can do it, open and closing of a Word document. Okay. Next comes how to navigate. Right? One is we can go through the scroll bar. That is the scroll bar. If you see, this is the scroll bar which I am saying it in the right corner of your screen. If you look at this one, there is a scroll bar. By doing this one, I can scroll up and down. That is by using your mouse, you can do it. The same thing by using the keyboard also, you can do it this way. So how to do it by keyboard? If you see this page down, and that means this are there. This symbol which is present here, okay, that is your this is page down, page up, right? These two button is used to move up and down. And again, there is, if you see, there is some home button, right, and end button, right? So this two, by using this two, we can move up, down, everywhere we can do it this one. Okay, now how you are doing it? So if I press down and page up, if I use these two buttons, it will move up and down. Just we are scrolling the scroll bar, the same functions it will do it. Similarly, if you move to the start of a line, any line is there, if you want to move to the starting of that line, then it just press the home. You are in anywhere in the locations you are there, you will just want to move to the starting, just press the home button. If you want to go to the ending of the line, you just press the end button. And if you want to move to the start of a document, that is a lot of things are written there, you want to go to the start at the starting of the document, then control plus home. That means this button and this control and home button we have to press simultaneously. Now here this home buttons and end buttons are given separately. If you are going to a around 13-inch laptop, then that will be mentioned it here or itself. This is home and this is end, they will mention it there. So in that case, you have to use the function key and control function and this home and end button. You have to press it. Okay. So this just I will show it here. This one how to do this. Suppose I have written some document. Okay. So I'll open this document also. Okay. Already the document which is there, I've opened this one also, right? Suppose here I am putting the cursor here at this point. That is this at this point. If you see, there is a blinking in the cursor is there. Okay, a blinking in the cursor will be somewhere at this location. It is there. It is here. So if I want to go to the starting of the line, just press the home button. So if I press it, directly it will jump to the home. If you see now, the blinking is at this point. And if you want to go to the end thing, that is just press the end button. So it will go to the end of this line. Now, if you want to, suppose you are here and somewhere in this location, if you want to come to this starting where my pointer is showing it, that is to the word show. So you just press Control Home. See, it goes to the starting. Right, and if you want to go to the end, so Control A, right? So if you see, it goes to the end portion. Okay, so that is, so if you are familiar with this shortcut, then when you are writing something in the Word, it will become very fast, right? Instead of always using your mouse and all these things, so you just remember some of the shortcuts. All the shortcuts I will provide you at the end. That is to make it faster when you are typing something or when you are making a document. Okay. Next, this is about navigation in the Windows. Okay. Next, here come find, replace, and go to tab. Okay, when you are going to find a particular tab, when you are going to find a particular word and all this, two ways we can do it. One is by using the shortcut. So that is what I am replacing it. Find Control F, replace Control H, and go to Control Z. And from the menu also we can go for it. Suppose I am taking this document what you are having. So if you look at this, at the right corner, if you see, there is a find button here. So if you click it here, right, if you click this one, so there are a lot of options come here, right? So one is that go to, right? Here I can directly move to a particular page, particular section, particular line, or like this. Suppose if I click it here, line, right, line. So if I enter the line number, suppose I want to go to the line number 5. So I'll just place 5, so I can easily go to the line number 5. Right? So if you see now, the cursor is looking at line number 5 like this, I can move it. Right? Similarly, by page number also, if here it is only one page is there, so that's why it is not as, suppose if you have 100 of pages, directly you can jump to one place or to the other place. That is by going to this find button, then go to, and then you are moving to it. That is one way. Another thing is that you can use your keyboard, that is you just press Control and Z simultaneously. This windows will be open. Okay, that is the shortcut for this one. Similarly, for find button, if you see, I can find any word. Suppose I want to find the feedback. So I'll just type it here, feedback. Right? It will move to this feedback. All the feedbacks term it will show you where the feedbacks are there. Okay. Then again, if I suppose type, suppose this one, internal, INTERNAL. Internal, if I type it, so everywhere this, where the internal is there, that will show it. That means you can easily find a particular word, whether that word is present or not, or it is not there. So that will help you when you are having a lot of students' names are there, or a lot of items are represented there, and you want to find out whether that particular student names or particular item is there. Just put the name of the student and find it. So we can easily search for it this one. Okay. Then that is also by shortcut button you can do some Control S. Right? Directly this window will be okay. Okay. So here all these things will, how many find it is finding out, 4 find it is finding out here like this, we'll get everything. Now next what I have shown it, this one is replace. How to replace a particular word. Right? So that is also, when you are doing it, that is very helpful when you are using these tools. One is that go to the find, or this one, the replace is directly given here, replace, so it will come here. So what you want to replace? Suppose internal I want to replace with external. EXTERNAL. So in the replace button, find what internal, replace with external. So if you want to replace only one or you want to replace all, right? So that depends upon you. You have to select it, replace all or replace one. So I'll just put replace all. So if I put replace all, so if you see, we have done 4 replacements. Now if you see the here, all the internal which we have find out, these are all replaced by external. Right? These are all replaced by external there. Right? You have seen it. Right? All are replaced by external. So any word, particular word or particular things you want to replace it without going to line by line, word by word for all these things, you can directly replace it this way. One thing I forgot to do this one, say this one, because I have directly taken it from an example. So this is how to put this, whatever it is written here, how to write this. That is, once this document is open, so just type, go on typing it with your keyboard, anything you can type it and you can write it this way. Right? That is very simple. Just open a new document and go on typing it on this. So all these things will be, we can type it. How to insert tables and all these things, this is, I will come afterwards. So this is how we are going to find, replace, and you can directly jump to a particular location. Right? Use to find, replace, and go to a particular text. Okay, that is what we have seen it here. Next come edit text in a document. Right. So edit text in a document. It is normally more familiar. We are more familiar with this because we are using your phones and everything. That is the simple one. That is just click somewhere, and if you press the backspace, and that will be deleted, right? And if you press the delete button to the right of whatever you are writing it, that will be deleted, right? So that is what it is saying in this one. Okay. That is what I am showing it. The cursor is pointing out to this location, right? The cursor is pointing out to the locations here. In this point, it is pointing out, right? So if I press the backspace, it will go on deleting this side. And similarly, if the cursor is pointing it here, and if you put the delete, whatever the terms it is this side, that all will be deleted this one. That is what to edit text in a document. I can remove or I can completely remove the line in a document. Undo and redo. Okay, so here one is the undo, another is the redo. Okay, so this is, if you go to the Word document, that is at the top, right? That is the quick access toolbar. At the quick access toolbar will come into present, this one, right? Quick access toolbar. There are two symbols are there. One is this one, another is this one. One is undo, another is the redo. Okay, so if you write something and if you want to, suppose mistakenly you have written it, so if you want to remove it, that is whatever the previous it is there, I want to keep the previous one, then just click that button, automatically it will convert it to the original document. Okay, and suppose you have to want to redo it, then you just click this one, so automatically it will redo this one. Okay, so this is how I'll just show it here. Suppose I'm typing something here. Suppose I'm writing it. This one I want. Now I don't want this thing to write again, as I want to go to the original part. Only I want the Tripura inversion. So what I'll do this one, I'll just click it this. Okay, it is removed this one. right? I'll just click it here, so it is finished. But again, I want, suppose no, I want the previous one only. So I'll click it this one, again it will redo it this one. So that is very simple way. How can you do this? One is by using this key where my mouse pointer is pointing out here. So if I do it, that means it is undo it, right? So I don't want it. And again, I want to redo, so it is redoing it. That is one way. How can I do it? Now, the shortcut is just, suppose I have selected this one. Suppose I made it Control Z. So previously it was not there. It will come to this one. And if I press Control Y, then it will again redo it. Right? These symbols, either using by keyboard key, we can do it. It is that Control Z and Control Y. So redo, undo, and redo. So that is what it is saying it here. In this one, undo and redo there. Next come autocorrect features, right? So what happens if you see when I type something here, just I'm going to type it, suppose Ikra University, then I'll put a full stop. Then when I start a new letter, I'm writing a small letter, suppose da, automatically T becomes capital, right? So but when I write it from here, suppose the Tripura, suppose I write it da, then TRIP. So if here say automatically T is taken as capital because it's the name of a place. So how it is doing this thing? So that things you can see it from the insert button. You go to the insert button, okay? Then if you look at this, what I am showing it in the here, go to the insert button, then go to the symbol, that is what I am showing it to, then go to the more symbols, okay? See, if you look at it here, go to the insert button, go to the symbols, then more symbols, then this will be open, right? So this menu will be open. Now after that, you can go to this there. If you see there is a button, autocorrect button is there. So you just click it here. So one more menu will be open. Now what autocorrect you are doing it, that it will give you. If you see options button, correct two initial capitals. If there is two initial capital is there, that will be corrected. Capitalize first letter of a sentence. Any sentence first letter will be automatically, it will make capital. Okay. Capitalization first letter of the table cells. Capitalize name of a day. Correct accidental use of caps lock key. Right. So these are the autocorrect things which you can put it. Suppose if I remove this one, capitalize the first letter of a sentence. I have removed it this one. Okay. Now if you see it, if I write it here after the, now if I write down, suppose I remove this thing, I write down the, see it remains small. It automatically it is not going to the capital. Why? Because I have not select that person. So more symbols, autocorrect, then capitalize the first letter of the word. Okay. Now if I starting a sentence, if I write it, suppose I'll write show a basic use as an, suppose SHOWS, automatically it is coming at a basic. If you see, it is again, suppose I put a stop, again if I write down it, automatically I comes to capital, because that which one is the autocorrect you want to use it, that you can modify it according to our requirement. Okay. Now this is what I'm saying it here, how to set it this one autocorrect features in your Word document. Next come selecting a text. You want to select a particular text, you want to select a particular paragraph, okay? You want to select a particular paragraph, or you want to select a 2-3 paragraphs, right? So that you can do it using a mouse or using the keyboard. So using the mouse means if you double click on a word, then you will select that particular word. Triple click on that particular any part of a paragraph, it will select the whole paragraph, and if you can use your mouse to select one or two paragraph or the whole of the paragraph, right? So if you see how what I want to show it, that is by using mouse. Suppose I want to select feedback, right? So I will not just put the cursor here, right? And I will click it, double click. See, it is automatically highlighted. That means that feedback is selected. Similarly, if I want to select loop, suppose I'll just double click this one, loop will be selected this one. Okay. In any word, you just double click it, that word will be selected. Now, this is a paragraph, right? This is a paragraph from DSC to task. This is the one paragraph it is there. Suppose I want to select the whole paragraph. So just triple click it. 3 times you click the left button of the mouse. Right, when I say that 3 times, you click the left button of the mouse. 1, 2, 3. See, whole paragraph is selected. You no need to move the mouse from one location to another location. So thus, you can clicking the mouse, we can select it. Similarly, if you see, if I want to select dynamic, I will just 2 times I will click it. It is selected. And if I want to select the whole paragraph, 3 times is sorry, 3 times you click it, automatically the whole paragraph will be selected. And if I want to select 2, 3 paragraphs, then the simple way, just click it here and hold the mouse button, and up to which portion you want, you just drag it. So all will be selected. That is by using the mouse button. Now, if you want to do the same thing using your keyboard, that is how can you do this one? If you select a line, Shift plus N cursor, right? Shift plus N cursor. And if you want to select cursor to the whole line from the left or from the right, so that is depend upon where you are putting the cursor point there. Okay. Then if you want to select a paragraph, Control Shift down arrow, Control Shift up arrow. So that is I will show it here. In this case, suppose I will put the cursor in this starting. Right, I'll put the cursor in the starting. Now, what it is saying this one to select Shift plus N. Right. So what I will do this one, I'll just select the Shift button and I will press the N button. I'll put it Shift button and I will put the N button. Whole line is selected. The whole line is selected here. Now, if I want to select it from this side, from the right side to the left side, if I want to select it, then I'll put the cursor in the right side and I'll put Shift button and the home button. Whole line is selected. So it is not required to click it here and drag the mouse this one. Right. So if I want to select a particular line, so you just put it here where you are putting the cursor. That is important. Either in the starting or in the ending. If you are in the starting, you are putting it, then Shift plus N. All the 3 buttons you have to press it at the same time. Similarly, if you want to shift it by putting the cursor at the end point, then Shift, then Home. Right. So this is another way how can you select a particular line. Okay. Now, if you want to select a paragraph, that is what is showing this one at the cursor position at the start. Okay. Then you want to select the particular paragraph. Control Shift up and Control Shift down. Suppose this is the paragraph I want to select it. So I put the cursor at the beginning. Right now I'm not going to use mouse. Then Control Shift and down. Control Shift and down button. Right? Whole paragraph is selected. And if I want to shift it, whole paragraph I want to take it, Control Shift up button. Right? So page up, page down key I can use it to select the whole paragraph. Okay, and if you want to select everything, whatever it is written here, that is simple. Control and A button. Whatever it is there, everything will be selected. Whatever written in that particular document, all will be selected in that place. So that is what this slide is showing in this one. Now come movement of text from one location to the another locations. Now if I like this same thing, I can use your mouse, okay, or I can use the tab button, right? So first I will show you using the mouse and your tab buttons, how can you do it, okay? So first, using the mouse and the tab button, how can you do this thing? Suppose I want to move this thing, this whole portion to this location. So what I will do this one, one is the move, another is the copy. Two things are there. One is move, another is the copy. The difference is that move and copy is that move that it will directly remove that from that original location and put it in the new location. And copy means it will keep in the original locations whatever it is there, and it will put a copy onto the new location. Suppose I want to do this thing, right? So you just go to the cart, this cart here. So if you see totally it is removed, then I will put the cursor here where you want to paste it, then paste it, right? It is pasted here, right? So that is very simple. If you see what I am doing it, this one, this portion I want to cut it, so move it, that is I'll just press this cut button, I'll put it here, and I'll paste this paste button, right? It is pasted here, okay? So that is what we are doing it in the by this. Now if you see the difference between copy and paste, if I want to copy it, just copy, and I want to paste it here, so I paste it, right? If you see this thing which is here, right, it is also present here for this location, it is there. That is the function of the copy. Okay, so this is by using this button, cut, copy, tab, all these buttons you are doing it. The same thing I can do it here with the help of mouse also. Suppose I want to move this one, right? So what I will do it here, I will select it, right? I'll just drag it. Okay, it is removed. Okay, again I'm showing it. Just select the portion which you want to move it. Just drag the mouse by pressing the left button of your mouse. It is removed from that location. Okay. Now here, what I can do it here. Suppose I want to copy it. You just press Control key and you drag it. See? Then a copy of this one will be there. Right. Instead of going to this button tab, I can directly use mouse and your keyboard to do it more quickly, right? See, if I just drag by pressing the left button of the mouse, it will be moved to this location. Okay, and if I press Control key and then press the left key of the mouse and then drag it, then it will remain there. There will be a copy. Same thing is available here as well as it is available here also. Okay, so that is one way how can you do it. Now, if I don't want to use your mouse, only the keyboard, then how can you do it? Now, if you want to cut it and paste it, then what you do this one, you first select, right? You select it. Now, how can you select it without using your mouse? Put the cursor from where you want to select it, press the shift button, and then press the left movement pointer of your keyboard, right? So it is selected. Now, if I want to move it by cutting that portion, then Control X, just cut, right? Control X, this will do the same thing, cut. Then you move the by paste down button, you move the cursor where you want to paste it, then Control Z, sorry, Control X, then put it where you want to paste it, then control sorry, control V. Okay, this control V I paste it. Okay, and if I want to review it, that means I just place there control Z. It is now if you want to copy it, then control C and control V. Same time, control C and control V we have to press at the same time, then it will have a copy. So the three different ways I can do it. Either you can use the button, or you can use the mouse, or you can only use the keyboard. Right? That is what you are showing it. That is here what I am showing it. That is by using the tabs. I am doing the cut, copy, paste. And another thing is that by using mouse, I am doing it this one. This is the steps. And by using keyboard, I am doing the steps. The same thing. So how to sense the formatting and all these things. So without going to the slide, I will directly explain it. Time is very limited. So if you see, if I want to do the changes in the formatting of this thing, just select it where you want to format it. Go to this button. What type of format? Suppose I want to go for the Times Roman, then select this one. If you see whichever we are putting it, accordingly it is changing. Right? That is the format. I can easily change it this one. Okay, that is one which is there. Now next is what is the size? That is 16. It is there. So I want to make it more larger, bigger than this. So if you see which one I am selecting, accordingly that your size will be there. Right. So if I'm reducing to 12, it is. You see now it is becomes smaller. That is one way. How can you do the changes in the whatever you have typed in? That is the format and the size. Right. So this is also we can do it with the help of the home button. Right. This home tab, you go there, then you go to the front tab, then you click this icon. Right. So one windows will be open there. Right. So here also I can change it. Right. What type of font, regular, italic, bold. So I can easily change it. Suppose I want to change this thing to italic. So one is that I can select it from here, italic or bold, right, or underline. That I can do it here from these three icons. I can do it, or stripe. Right, I can cut it also this one. Okay, so these things we can do it from this icons. Whatever the icon it is present here, I can do it from here. Another thing I can do it from here also. Right, if you see italic, bold italic, right, and the size also I can modify it here. Similarly, strike through, double strike, superscript, subscript, small cap, all cap, hidden. So this we can select it, and if you press it OK, suppose I want to make everything capital, right? So I'll just click it all caps. Now if you see, all the letter will become capital with bold, italic, and size is 12. See, all become bold, italic, and size is 12, and all are capitals now, right? So that is we can do it from the front here, and go to this whatever you are selecting from an effect, right? I can change the color also by selecting the color. Which color? Suppose I want to make it green, so I'll just click green, right? Like this, whatever you want, you can easily change it. This we can do it from this command also directly. Suppose this kept it is given here. If you see, I want to make only the first letter of the sentence as capital, right? Capitalize each word. See, each word the first letter is capital. So that we can easily do it without going to this one. I can do it here, right? Similarly, we can change the color from here, right? It is red, so I can make anything, whichever I want. Suppose I want to make it here. So these are some of the commands which is given there for the front, which is under the home tab, right? So by either using this, or you are going to this buttons and you can do it this one. Okay, that is what I am showing it here times command. So, and this increasing the size, I can press it control plus this square bracket and control plus this square bracket. I can reduce or increase the size. This is, I'll just show it here. Suppose I want to increase or decrease the size without going to changes the size here. Control the square bracket it is, so it is going slow, right? And if I go another bracket, closing bracket, so it is going ahead, right? This is the shortcut. We can do it this one. So everything that is only the practice. If you practice it, and that is you have to remember it, and you can do it. This is what I've just now I have said it. Okay. Now paragraph. Now in a particular paragraph, how many tabs are there, where the hidden parts are there, that we can easily find out. Suppose in this paragraph, I want to find out, right? Just press this. If you see where there is a tab or where there is an enter, this symbol shows it is an enter, right? So it will show this thing, right? So if I give a space, right, this will be shown by dot, right? Everywhere see space is shown by dot. So that hidden thing which is there in the document, we can easily find out by clicking this show hide button, right? So whatever we can find out, this is everything is showing it here. If you see in the drop down arrow, so if you see Word, PowerPoint, Excel, or everywhere, we can see this one, right? So that is what it is. We can get it from this one, from the paragraph group, home tab, paragraph group. I can take it this one. Okay, so that is what it is showing it here, home tab, paragraph group. Now alignment. This is one of the important things. Normally, maximum of the students they forget it. That is alignment. I will do different types of alignment. When you see, suppose this is what I want to do it. Suppose I want to align it to the left. So if you see there is a button here, this one. So if I do it, it is left alignment. In the left side, the margin is straight, right? And if I want to do it in the right alignment, if you look at this, if I press it here to the right alignment, if you see the right side, it is straight. Okay, left side, it is not straight here. Okay, and if I do it in the, I want this one in the center point. So I will just press this center one, so it will be in the center, right? So this is very important when you are suppose typing your name of the institute or name of your department. Suppose I'm writing it Department of IT, Tripura University. Right, I've written it like this. So it is in the, I want in the middle. So I can easily do it, just do it and put this middle one. It will be in the directly in the middle. So this alignment, I can easily do it by this button. Okay. Now, normally when you are writing something, your left and right margin should be in the same location. But here, if you see, it is not there. So what I'll do this one, I'll select it. I'll select all this, right? And I will click the justify. That is, if you see, left and right buttons are both equal. This one, right? So I'll just click it. So whenever you are making any document, your document should look like this. That is, it should be justified, right? So all of you are going to make your report after 2 years. Those who are in the final year, they are going to make the reports and all these things. So this you should be very careful. That is, when you are making a report, that means it should be justified. The left and right alignment should be the same. Okay, so that is how you can do it by using this 4 buttons. Okay, so that is what it is showing it in the graph, right? Left alignment and shortcut keys are given there. So if I select it, Control plus L, so left alignment, Control plus R, right alignment, Control E, center alignment, and Control Z, it is justified. Okay. Now paragraph indentation. So from which locations you want to start the paragraph, so that also you can do it directly by select this paragraph, right? So if you see, I want to start it from what indent, so that if I just click it, if you see, it is starting from. Okay. So if I hit this button, it is starting from the beginning. So if you suppose I want to start this line from the, not from the starting point, after certain space, right? So this I can do it, right? That is, I have just clicked it and I have select this button. So it starts from around 1 point, approximately 25 inch, right? This is what it is showing it. It is starting from 1.25 inch, right? So this one I want to start it from, suppose one around from 2. So I can press it, 2.5 I am starting it. So this is indenting, right? This we can do it by clicking this button, right? That is one way. Another way, how can you do it? That is insert, that is home, go to the paragraph, show height button, this button, click it. Then from here, by selecting it, indent how much centimeter left or right I want it, that I can select it. Okay. So that we can do it by from this paragraph button, right? Paragraph this button. And by doing this, we can easily say, take the indent. Another way, suppose I want more gap between this line, right? So I want more gap between this line. That is, gap is very less. So that we can go to the paragraph, go to the line spacing. Suppose I want double. So I will just click double. Now, okay, see, the space is increases. Okay, or I want only one line space. So go to there, click it, single line space. Okay, right? So this is from the paragraph, how you are going to format the paragraph, how you are going to set the line number, indent number, and all this. Suppose next is how you are going to go for the bulleting. Suppose I want to bullet this one, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So there are different ways I can bullet it. Suppose here, if you see, there, this is what I can do. You see, this bulleting I can do it. If you look at this one, so this is this. Suppose if I go for this one, I can do different. I can put different bulleting this one. Okay. Now another way I can do it here. This is numbering 1, right? So this is, if I just select it now here, it becomes 2. Automatically I can make the numbering this one. Okay, that is another way. Now again, this is one more is there. Suppose I want to make it like this, 1, then like this I can change it this one, right? There are different types of bulletins are there. So just select it and select this bullet, then we can easily do it this one. So this left side indent, it is showing it here. That is your line spacing, I have shown it. Then a bulleting, that is what I have shown it here. Now ruler. How can you check the ruler? How can you hide the ruler? These are the rulers is there, left side ruler. So you can go to the view, and if I see, if I remove this, there is no ruler is present there, left, right. And if you want to just tick mark this ruler, that is in the view tab, go to the ruler button. Then ruler will be visible there. That is what ruler, view button, and then ruler. Then come your setting a tab. That is another thing which you can do it. That is very important. How to set a tab. I'll take a new space. Suppose this is the page which I want. You go to the home tab. So if you see, there is one L symbol, it is there, right? So where you want to put the tab? Okay. So here, if you put it, suppose I'll click it here, this tab, I'll click it in the left portion, in the middle portion, or in the right portions, right? We can just fix it by clicking this tab button. I'm putting it in the left portion. Now where I want the tab? Here, here, and here. That is normally helping when you are making a tabular form in the Word, right? So now just press the tab button on your keyboard, tab. So suppose I write down name, right? Then tab. See, there is a gap because I have put a tab there, that left tab, right? So I'll write down the name, then college, then state. It's exactly the same portions I will get it here, right? Suppose tab XYZ, suppose call as ABC, okay? Then tab your suppose uh, like this. See? Okay? Like this you can go on this one. See, there is in between you can easily make in the column form or this one. So how can you do it? Again, I'm repeating. Go to the tab button, select the tab which you want it. If I want a right tab, left tab, or this one, suppose I want a right tab. Right, I put a right tab, then what will happen? It will start typing it from the right side to the left side. Okay. So here I am putting it a left tab. Right, I have put this one as a left tab. So I put this one left hand, so it is typing from left to right. Now that is how we can do it in the tab. By using tab, I can make a tabular from this one. Okay. So and then once you tab it, how to remove this tab? Right. One is that just click on this L which shape which is there, down, drag it downwards. Right now, if you see that tab will not be there. Similarly, if you double click also, then this tab will be there, then you can easily remove this tab. Okay, so just tab the click it downwards, left click it downwards, right? Now if I now this time next time if I type it, if you see, I'll put a tab, come here, tab is already there. So these tabs we have to remove it. You remove this tab. Okay, so if you see now if I put a tab, it is not aligned. Okay, I have put a tab, it is not aligned this one because I have removed that tab. In the first case, I have put the tab, so it is coming in where I want the tab, I can directly fix it. Okay, so that is what it is showing it in here, this tab. Select the tab, type the left of the ruler, click on the ruler at the point where the tab is to be positioned, select it, and then click it here where you want the tab. Press the tab key to shift the cursor to the tab pressure and begin typing. Right tapping, left tapping, center tapping. You can easily do it. And view tab in the if you want to view it here in the from the tab menu, how can you do it? You can go to this. You go to this paragraph, then you click in the tabs, then it will come. At what locations you are putting the tab, everything will come there. And you can clear the tab just by clicking the clear button. There is two ways I can do it. One is by using the mouse, click the tab button, put the tab there, and accordingly you can do it. And removing it, drag it downwards, automatically it will remove. Another one is that you go to the home tab, go to the paragraph group, click the tab buttons, and here we can set it. This already I have just now I have inserting table. Now this is another thing, how to insert table. I want, because everybody wants table in their document, that will be required, right? Suppose I want to insert some table. So how to insert the table? Go to the insert button, go to the table button. So this will be there. Okay. So I can insert it. Suppose I require 3 columns and 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So this table. See, insert table, then insert table. See, insert table, then insert table. Because if I require more rows and more column, what is showing here? Insert table. So I can fix the number of columns. Suppose I require columns equal to 5 and number of row equal to suppose 10. So I will make it 10. Right? And you can adjust the width automatic, or I can vary it, or like this I can easily do it. Suppose I make it automatic. Right? Auto I am selecting. Okay. Now see, this table is small. Okay. And this length width of this table, I can easily verify it. If you just put the cursor near this horizon vertical line, there will be an equal like symbol is there. Click the left button and drag it. Right? You see, you can change the size. Right? So that also we can do it. Okay. Now, how can you change the shape of the look of the table? Just select this table. Suppose I select this table. Okay. Then you go to the design. Right. Go to the design, and you can select table format. Which format you require it. Right. Suppose I select this one. See, the table looks is different. Right. So go to the design and select the table. Suppose I want to, again I am showing, select the table, go to the design and select it. Which one? Suppose I want this one. Right. Now if I want to write something, just click in a particular column where, or in a particular cell, and you type it. Suppose CUNTRY, conflict. STAT, save. Then press the tab button. Tab. Then district. Right, like this. You can just press the tab button and go on writing in the table. Okay, this is how to insert table in your document. Right, this is what I am showing it, table, then insert tables and all these things. Okay, that is the designing and deleting a row from the table or increasing a row in the table. Two way I can do it. Suppose I don't require this last two row. So what I will do, this one, I will select this last two row. Right click now. Remember it. Put the cursor on this one. Right click. Okay. That if you see, there is delete row option is there. Delete. It will be deleted. Okay. And if you want to insert row, we can do it like this. Suppose I want to insert 3 rows. So I'll select 3 rows. Right click. Insert. Then where you want, below or above. Suppose I want below. So insert row below. Same is the case for column also. You just select that particular column. I want to increase one more column. So insert column to the right. One column is inserted there. Okay, like this. So if you want to delete it, press and go to the delete columns. So you can easily delete it. That is one way. How can you do it? Another is that you can go to the layout and then you can erase or delete it below. Right, you go to the layout. You see there is a layout. Then you can select this one, what you want, delete or delete cell, delete column, delete row, delete table, all these things. Suppose I want to delete that row, so delete. Right, so that is from the tab button also you can do it, and a simple way I can do it. And suppose I want to insert only one row, so just click outside the table, right? Then enter the key, enter key. So will be enter one row if I want to enter it. This is how to insert or delete rows or columns. Designing. Okay. Now insert picture. Right. When you want to go to insert picture, suppose I want to delete this table, so I'll select it, then click it, delete table. So now I want to insert some picture. But when you want to insert picture, your picture image should be there some folder, right? So I want to insert a picture here. So insert, go to the picture. Okay. Suppose in the desktop I have some picture, so I will go to the here. So picture. So this is a one picture, either JPEG file or BMP file it is there. So I select it and it insert file. Picture is inserted. Okay. So that is how you can insert a picture in your Microsoft Word. Any picture, anything you can insert it in your design. Insert picture. Now I want to insert, suppose this picture. Select it, insert. Right? I have inserted this picture. Okay, so where you are, just put the cursor there. Suppose I want another picture there, insert picture. Suppose this picture also I want it here. Okay. Both the picture is there. So this is the simple way how to insert. And there is another thing also, you open the picture, select it and paste it, that also you can do it, right? So there is using by tab button, you can easily insert picture there. That is what I am showing it. Insert picture, select the picture and press the insert button, then it will be replaced in the Microsoft Word. Okay. That is header footer. Suppose you want your name of your institute in all pages of your, whatever you are going to type it. Suppose there are 2 pages, I want to insert it in all the pages. So how can you insert it? By typing somewhere. Suppose insert, then you go to the header, right? So edit header. So I'll write suppose this is I want in the all locations. Okay. So I want it everywhere. Right? So Tripura University, it is, we are entering it as everywhere. I have not entered this page, automatically it is coming there. Right? All the page it will be there. Right? That is how you are going. This is known as the header. Right? Again, I am saying it, insert, go to the header, head, and different formats are there. How you want to put this one. Right? You can select the format, which format you want it, and edit header. You can. So now I want to remove the header. So remove header. Now it will not be present. Same is the case for footer. Right? Insert, go to the footer locations. Now edit footer. Suppose I want to write down their department of IT. Right? I want to put there in all the pages. If you see, in all the pages, department of IT is there. Right? So if you want something in all the pages, so by writing in one time only I can do it by using the header or footer. Now if I want to insert the page number, when I want to insert the page number, go to the header footer, one is your page number. Suppose top of the page, bottom of the page, where you want it. Suppose I want in the bottom of the page, right? I want it like this. See? It is everywhere, it will be there. 1, automatically it will be updated. 2, 3. That is how you can insert the page number. So this is what I am showing it, header footer. That is page, header footer. Now next is then you select it. What is the margin you require? Suppose I want a margin like this. Suppose anyone, you just select any one of this, so automatically the margin is it. If you see, it's going up, right? That we can do. But you want the margin according to your choice, then custom margin, and you can fix it. What is the top, the left, right, header size, footer size, which paper you are using it, everything you can go for it. Okay. Next, that is what your margin it is there. Then come your changing document margin is over, inserting or deleting page break. Okay. Now page break. That is how can you do it? Suppose I want these things in the next page, from the next page. Only the first, from here to up to ADC, I want in the first page, and from DSC onwards, I want the second page. Just click it here, then you go to the layout. Okay, then you click this page break. Okay, page break. See, automatically in the first page only this thing is there, it is automatically going to the next page, right? So layout, then page break, from which just put the cursor there, page layout, and then break. Okay, that is one way. Another thing, if I want to remove this page break, then how can you do it? So just press this show all button. So if you see, there is a page break is given there. We have done a page break in this location, so it goes to this version. So what I will do this one, I will put the cursor here, and then I press the delete button. Automatically it will come up, and just remove this all the tabs. So if you see, we are getting the same thing. So page break means press it here, and go to the page layout, page break. Right, it is going to this one. Now how to remove it? Home, this, and you just here page break is there, right? You just delete. So it is going on. This is about page break. Delete page break is over. Cooking tools. Okay. This is very important. When you are writing something, is there any mistakes or something is there, that we can easily find out. Right? How we can do it? This one, review. Suppose I have made some intentionally, I have made some mistakes. Suppose containing I am removing it, right? So it's red line means there is a either mistake or the MS Office does not understand a word, does not understand this the meaning of this word, right? How to check it? This one, you go to the review, spelling or grammar, right? If you see this containing, it is showing a highlight, right? So what is the correct one? They are giving you some suggestions. The red means if you, that means it should be a containing, right? So it is containing. If I select it and if I make it change, so it is automatically it is corrected. And sometimes suppose this is DSC, right? This is also they are showing this some of the word which the MS Word understand it. So they are showing these are the suggestions, but it is correct. DSC is correct, right? It is what you are showing it, that is we want to write it as a DSC. If some name is there, then we should keep it. Then you just click it, ignore, right? So it will be there like this. And there are sometimes blue line is also present there. You see, like this. Here also there is a blue line is there, right? So that is also one type of problem in the. That is what is the problem? Although the hands and that is these are the correct, but it is not sufficient. Hands is a correct word, but it is not suitable for this particular paragraph, this word. So that's why they are showing it a blue line, right? So right click it, if you see ACN, and there is a, because extra space is there, so that's why it is showing a blue line. That means it is a on the context it is not correct. Hence is also correct, and is also correct because there are two space it is there, so that's why it is showing a blue line. Suppose if I delete this as here, you see A and N both are there. A is also correct, N is also correct individually, but here it is not correct because both cannot be there, right? So only N it can be there. Okay? So like this, we can easily do the grammatical changes, right? That by using the spelling and where DISTRIC, that is a not correct one. So that's why it is showing a red one. So what is the suggestion? This thing. So if you just select it, then automatically. So that is the, for grammatical and spelling sake, we can easily do it with the help of this review button, review, spelling and grammar. Okay. So that is what I am showing here. Okay, and these are the shortcuts, right? All the shortcuts which I have given it, these are the shortcuts which is showing it here for different way, bold, control B, control F4, and all this. Okay, now one thing it is not there in the PPT, that how to print it. You have written everything and all these things. So one is that go to the file and click the print button, right? Select the printer and the page which you want to print it, accordingly select it and give the print button. Then it will print it. That is one way we can do it. Another way how can you use the keyboard, you can use this, that is the Control and P press at the same time. Automatically this window will be open. Sometimes you want to print something from the internet and you cannot copy it also, right? So it is protected. Then you can press Control plus P, then we can protect it. Directly you can go to the print windows. Okay. So with this, I will stop it here because there are a lot of functions. We cannot finish it in a 1 day or 2 days, and it all depends upon how much practice you are doing it. Right. More and more practice, more and more master you become on this particular MS. So, any questions from your side?
So, students, do you have any questions for sir?
So next question will be arises when they will practice it. Lot of things will be there, and one thing that is you just click the help button. From that, all the solutions you will get it.
Yes, what you can do is that you can try out some things today. The video will be uploading again, and tomorrow second session will have the advances of this thing by Ladri sir and his team. So you can try out today evening also, because Microsoft Word, even if you are not having in your this Android phones also, Google Word is there. You can try out what sir has taught. So anybody having any question?